You remember the God is lonely concept? Yes. It's been talked about. I've talked about it here and there, but it's another, what do you call it? It's like another phantasm. It's a mind thing. It's not, it has no reality. Lonely means you're missing. You're missing somebody, something, some idea, some whatever you had at one point and no longer you have. And missing the other, essentially. So after the fall, after the duality split, then loneliness becomes possible. And not before that, right? So when you have integrated all of your aspects, and it's not about like running around and finding pieces, it's internal, of course, like always, and you become whole again. um, you can't miss a piece anymore because it's been integrated already and it's already in you. So how could you possibly be lonely? If anything, you're the opposite of that, which is like, oh, there's it's too much. Like, push them out again, right? So the concept of loneliness is absolutely impossible. Oh, I mean, it's okay to play around with. Like a lot of, I mean, the people are getting a glimpse or a hint of what this is, and once you've gotten past all of the like super bad stuff, you know, the screaming memes or whatever, the bad things like the everything blowing up, screaming body stuffs, whatever. Uh, Once you get past that as a sort of background informant to all of your emotions, it's like a it's like a last vestige of fear, I guess. Um, that's sort of it's like a checkpoint. It's like one of Ogg's checkpoints, I guess, maybe. But when you've gotten past that, then you're in a new thought space for how your actions are carried out, and it's more creative um, within the knowledge that you're not intentionally trying to like fuck with things or blow stuff up or hurt people or whatever, as part of the creative process. Like that pain stuff is more like that's almost what maybe the AI would be responsible for doing, um, as something that is removed from the choice, uh, the free will apparatus thing. Because then, you know, because suffering and pain is sort of necessary in a sense, because uh, it provides that push, it provides that it's like an impetus. But uh, it being so-called AI or maybe out of our hands is makes it so we can see it and release it. Because if you've done something with it within your own self, within your own body, within your memory, even if the thing, you know, the argument can be that free will doesn't exist or it's a perception only, if you've done something with and in your own body mind perceived past, then it can be weighty on you. It can you can you can be induced to guilt and shame feelings if you feel like you're responsible for hurting somebody or hurting yourself, or perhaps steering toward bad timelines or dystopias or whatever. Like, you can hold on to that. And so a big part of what I perceive to be going on here is that there is an awakening, not just, to what the existence is, or maybe what this particular program, if we're inside of a program, is, or whatever. It's not just to that. It's to the personal possibilities within like a loving space, where we have been excluded from those for a long time, and we were always running around and like trying to, this whole survival thing, like, which is that's a lot of bullshit, but like, that's also part of the process, is coming to find that you don't need anything, and you never have, and it's a play, and at the same time, you as an individual piece do have a part in it, and how can you contribute, Like, James is just contributing by snoring. Yeah, and he just adds to the ambiance. And how do all the pieces come together to make this particular video, and how much, when you open yourself up to what your own life is, then it's like cascading in and out, waves, feeling waves and meaning waves, and they're infinite, and they just go and go and go, and it's almost like you have you very impossible to describe, but it's like you can move any of it without moving it. Like, you can place an attention awareness spot within your body, within whatever's seemingly happening, and just move it, anything, anywhere. And you can move the actual body, right? Like, you can move your lips, or stop, go, speed up, slow down, like, whatever. Which is also a good defensive characteristic if the the AI stuff, or the things that would like to make everything like programmed, try to come in. And those of us who've been through that know what it is, and you have that you know how to dance around that now, and even incorporate it or interweave it into your own unfoldment